Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Elrond, aka EGLD. And this is a layer 1 network that I have been personally asked about quite a bit. And I figured why not do a deep dive in on it. I personally, full transparency, do not hold any EGLD. I'm not paid to talk about this project. I'm not incentivized to talk about this project in any sort of way. This is not a sponsored video or anything like that. I'm talking about it because I have been asked about it quite a bit. And I figured why not do a deep dive in. Now, by the end of this video, I am going to give you guys my thoughts on the project, where I believe that it could go in terms of price points and things like that, off of just like the recent price action within a lot of layer 1s. But what makes Elrond completely different than other major layer 1 networks is not only the tokenomics, but also the technology. And talking about the tokenomics, there's only going to be ever a max supply of 31.4 million. Very attractive in terms of the tokenomics. Total supply currently about 23 million. There is a staking mechanism on Elrond, as it is a proof of stake layer 1. So that is where a large portion of the supply that is not out in the max supply yet is held. If you go over to like the wallets, for example, I don't know if this does have the wallets tab. So yeah, it actually does. Sorry, I thought that this would have had like the holders tab or so, but it's all good. But I'm sure that there's a wallet that holds quite a bit of supply. That is most likely the staking wallet. But if we go and look at the price points for this did hit about $500 back in November. This did launch back in 2020. The token launch was on CMC. Obviously, it was probably on a decentralized exchange around like 2018 when the mainnet really kind of went live. But since then, it has made some noise in this market. Me personally, if I was going to buy Elrond, which I might be looking into it, I will let you guys know if I do buy it. I'm looking to see if I can get in at about this $55 range, all the way down to possibly $50. Is that going to be an viable area to buy in? Who knows? It is starting to pump out a little bit, but to me personally, I would not be buying this, as it is up about 10% almost. But this market is most likely going to have a pullback eventually here soon, where we could buy a lot of these altcoins for a little bit cheaper. So I'm definitely waiting for a pullback on EGLD before even looking into buying it. Where will I be buying it? There's a whole bunch of major CEXs that you can buy this on. For example, Binance, Binance US, Gate.io, and so many other ones as well. So with that in mind, let's talk about Elrond's tokenomics. So first off, in regards to the supply model, here we have the max total supply. By year 10, we should have nearly the full supply fully released. And we do see like the max issuance rate. I would actually say that this is a little bit behind in regards to like the actual supply being released. They're saying year 2, roughly 24.1 million should have been released. But remember, right, this thing did come out back in 2018. Don't know exactly when they started to release any of the supply. It doesn't really kind of say that down here. It just really kind of goes in depth on like the transactions per second, stuff like that. But we do see like the max issuance rate, and we also do see like the max yearly supply to be added, which is very minimal, compared to most. And like I said, like 31.4 million is a very low supply for a layer 1 network compared to most other ones. And I would actually put this on the same path as like Ethereum. Like Ethereum, is one that actually had an inflation rate to it, but since then they did drop it down to like 0.9 or so percent in regards to like the yearly amount released. But again, like the tokenomics on this is technically better than Ethereum, and it has figured out how to scale efficiently. And this is through a mechanism that we actually learned about with Hedera, which is sharding. And we do see down here, like at a glance, what sharded, smart contracts execution platform with a POS consensus mechanism. The project started in 2018. Mainnet is live, scales via adaptive state sharding. And we actually do see down here, like the performance. 15,000 current transactions per second, 6-second block time, fraction of a penny transaction cost, and can scale beyond 100,000 transactions per second, 263,000 in the testnet, which again, I've always said like the testnet, it's a little bit rough to kind of go off of like testnet statistics, but I'm sure that this could reach, quite a bit of transactions per second, because that sharding mechanism is huge. We've talked about it even with Hedera, where we could essentially see unlimited transactions per second. Now they do go in depth on like what Elrond is here, but they also do say like how is it different. basically they are going off of the three aspects of sharding in regards to really what makes this a viable solution in general. So we do see like state network and transactions have been implemented at once, combined with its adaptive component. This novel architecture allows for dynamic network configuration to maintain a high level of security while scaling with demand. In addition to scaling through sharding, Elrond also approaches the consensus problem with a mechanism called secure proof of stake, which mitigates potential attack vectors when compared to proof of work, while also enabling large throughput and fast execution. By solving some of the hardest consensus and sharding problems in the blockchain space, Elrond is also able to provide a very high level of performance on a network made of inexpensive computers, resulting in a very low cost per transaction. In addition to performance and cost, Elrond also stands out through the quality of the developer experience and the resulting boost in usability on the end user side. So again, very great, very lucrative technology behind it as well. And in regards to like the roadmap and current status, we do see important achievements. First, live blockchain architecture with state sharding, 15,000 transactions per second scales, greater than 100,000 transactions per second, 6-second latency, fraction of a penny, transactions. Mirror app, buy, store, earn, pay, EGLD, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, smart contract staking, and delegation tokens, validated through multiple audits from Trial of Bits, and of course others. And we do see down here, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 of like 2021. Right now, we're really kind of looking at 2022. We do see like Web3 payments, Mirror DeFi wallet, Meta staking, and we do see Meta bonding, Elrond Superwave, Ad Astra Bridge, Jungle Decentralized Exchange, Elrond Growth 2.0, Gamify. We also do see like staking phase 4, NFT marketplace, multi-sig for DAOs, Mirror App 2.0, DeFi 2.0, lending and synthetics, merchant yield, Elrond conference, strategic multi-country hypergrowth, and of course on-chain governance. So very excited for a lot of these, to go fully live. We are seeing a lot of development, a lot of updates here as well. Very simple, roadmap, nothing too complex, nothing too crazy here as well. Very excited for like the NFT marketplace to go live, because again, like NFTs have been pretty large within like network growth. So you'd love to see that. And more so talking about the project itself, if you actually go over to the project, you could see all of the growth. You could see the exchange launchpad and all that kind of stuff. In the Explorer tab, you could actually see all the transactions, all the accounts, all the block heights, things like that. We also do see like the Epic itself as well, where we do see supply being released. We also do see like the validator status. We see all the nodes, staking metrics. We also see the price, market cap, daily transactions, which is running at about roughly 108,000 transactions per second currently. And during like December, we did see quite a bit of transactions, which was of course at the height of the bull run. Basically around like November was where we did really kind of start to top out within this market. But it is it is what it is. We will see a lot more network demand when we are, in a nice little market area. We could also see the blocks and the transactions themselves down here. And if we actually go up to the transactions in general up here, I forgot where it was, but you could actually, or I think it might have been down here actually. So yeah, view all transactions. Here we go. So in regards to this, you could actually see like the value and stuff. Some of these are like 0, EGLD, which are probably, things like, this is staking, trust staking. So again, like it's going to use like a fraction of a penny. So it's not going to actually use any like major EGLD. But like you do see all of the transactions themselves. You could see everything in regards to like the usage, addresses, transactions. And you can actually look at all these transactions, similar to like Ethereum and things like that, where you could see like the full-on, breakdown on what it was. A lot of this is just like, staking in general, or even like farm rewards and stuff. And it does say exactly what they are, like even the transactions and stuff. And like even here, like this is unbond farm value 6,600. And this is like all different types of tokens on the network itself. But yeah, it gives you a full-on in-depth, view. It's transparent as, pretty much any other network, if you will. But I do like the dashboard of this. It does give you a full-on view on everything around like the network statistics, the network health, and stuff like that. So love to see it. I think that that's great. And also they do have like an NFTs tab as well. There is quite a bit of NFTs already on the, Elrond network, which I've seen doing fairly well. But I look forward to seeing like the full-on like NFT marketplace going live as well. And we can definitely see the tokens on Elrond in general. We do see, EGLD itself. MEX as well, ZPay, WeGold, Ride, USDC, etc. There's so many of them. And you also do see like the transactions. Most of the transactions are coming from, of course, EGLD, WeGold, MEX, and Ride. And going into the ecosystem itself, the ecosystem is very large. We've actually talked about the ecosystem. I think there was a video where I was talking more so about Elrond and why I do think that this could be a very lucrative investment vehicle in another video. But this goes back to May 2022, so it is fairly updated. But if you look at like the exchanges, you see the DeFi integrations, you see also the building on Elrond, Metaverse, research partners, end user onboarding, infrastructure integration, capital investment, explorers, oracles, transparency. Like there is such a massive ecosystem around Elrond, which is very special to me. I think that this is awesome to see. I think that this is great as well. And this is very similar to like other major projects that we've talked about. Like this is a substantial, ecosystem compared to most, I would say. And yeah, this is awesome to see. But also talking more so about the team. I know that, you guys probably know me. If I talk about a project, I do want to know about the team. Fully doxed team, you could see all their backgrounds and things like that. And if you actually look into this, they have a very large team as well. And it does break down like everyone down to like the T. Like for example, up here, like this is a UI and UX designer, head of marketing, UI and UX. It breaks down everyone involved, and like I said, you can go to their LinkedIn and actually look at their entire background, where they came from. For example, like, here is the co-founder and CEO, tech visionary and early blockchain pioneer in Europe, previously product and business at Nemcore in 2014, founder and CEO of MetaChain Capital. And it breaks down everything, around them. So you love to see that full-on docs team. I always love docs teams in general. I always hated the idea of like, a team being undoxed, and you kind of really have to just like, all right, well, hey, it's coming from a team that we'd never even, heard of. We don't know their background or anything, so why not invest money into it, right? No. So I love to see docs teams. I love to see their backgrounds, their resumes, things like that. That really kind of gives me confidence to actually buy a token. So you love to see that. In regards to Elrond's upside potential, though, so I'm actually looking at, just a low end market cap of about 50 billion, and this is talking more so about like the height of the bull run, where we see a lot of tokens running. For example, right now currently the market is sitting at about roughly $1 trillion in a bear market. We came down to about like $800 billion in market cap value. A lot of the projects that were in the top 10 or even in the top 25 have reached well over the $10 billion mark. Currently, right now, even ADA is still holding at about almost $17.5 billion. And I'm not, taking anything away from ADA. I'm just saying, like, in regards to ADA compared to, like, Elrond, we could easily surpass ADA's numbers simply because of not only the ecosystem behind it, but also the technology behind it. I think that a lot of these other layer ones, did a great run, but their technology layers are just not that, how should I say, advanced within this market to actually, withstand global adoption, mass adoption, etc. Elrond is more so future built, which I love to see. And when we really kind of talk about the market cap, like I said, $50 billion at the height of the bull run is not too unconservative. And this would be about a 32x. We would be sitting at about $2,194. Long term, I could see Elrond battling with Ethereum in terms of the market cap potential. If we had Ethereum's market cap currently, we would be sitting at about like $9,000, an upside of 137x. If we had the market cap of $500 billion, which was nearly at the all-time high of Ethereum, I think it was like $550 billion, we would be sitting at about a $21,900, EGLD. And that would be a 334x opportunity. Now, if we're talking about more so like long-term, let's kind of throw in the total supply real quick. Even if we went off of like the full-on supply, I think it was like what? Let me go over to the tokenomics. So 31.4 million. We'll go off of 31.4 million because we don't know exactly how long this is going to take. I mean, like me personally, I'm not going to sit here and say like, hey, I could see Elrond doing this by 2025. No, we just don't know exactly how long this could take. But I do believe that Elrond, aka EGLD, could very well, push for, possibly flipping, Ethereum at some point in time. Obviously, it's going to take some time. Ethereum, Ethereum's still in roughly a 7-year phase since it went fully live, and it still has not pushed well above like the second place area. But it has been making some major moves. So I would say like in roughly about like 7 years or so, we could see Elrond at a pretty significant area, which would be nearly 2030. That is where we could possibly see like a $15,000, almost $16,000 Elrond. I'd love to see it happen earlier than later, but who knows? But with that being said, will I be an investor into Elrond? If we could see a significant pullback, I would definitely be considering investing my money into EGLD, simply because I do believe that the upside potential on it is pretty significant. I love the tokenomics. I love the technology layers behind it. I love the team behind it. I did do some substantial research on the team itself. They do have a great background behind, of course, technology around networks, things like that. So I love to see that. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.